Welcome to KIllco. My name is Brian. Here we are today, once more, with another whiskey review. This is actually a re-review in the vaguest sense, because I have had a sample of this, I think it was 2 years ago, when I was doing the Whiskey Advent calendar. I don't remember what I said. I haven't looked it up other than to be certain that I had done this before. But this is the actual, oh god, entire bottle this time. And it looks very fancy. That's fancy. This is one of those whiskeys that has name recognition. Highland single malt Scotch whiskey, sherry oak casks. Matured exclusively in hand-picked sherry seasoned oak casks from Jerez, Spain, and for richness and complexity. Lovely. Natural colored. Product of Scotland. The funny thing is, this is the first bottle I've actually gotten that had something like this on the side. It's got this little scanner jigger, and I scanned it and all it did was take me to the web page, so I guess that's good. I was expecting more, like some kind of secret link, but didn't happen. The bottle shape's kind of weird too. See this? It's an indent, and then this impression thing. That's just a sticker. But all in all, I don't really remember what I thought about this. I probably didn't like it much because it's a sherry oak, and what I found over the course of my whiskey drinking experience is that, for me at least, the sherry cask leaves this kind of weird funk of some sort every time I try it. I don't know how to open this properly. There's no thing. There's no thing, Macallan. Where's the thing? Do you see the thing? I don't. Fight with it, I guess. Actually, you know what? Since I don't feel like fighting with it, we'll do the magic of editing. Yeah, that was annoying. There we go. Ah. Lovely little pop sound. This is the ASMR, because that's a thing. Oh god. I definitely spilled some. Someday I'll know how to pour whiskey properly. Today is not that day. Someday. I get nervous with, like, I don't know why, but I get nervous with some of these bottles. Now, and this bottle did come with a box. It's super fancy. Nope, I almost looked at the thing on the back. It's got notes on the back. The color is nice, but I don't remember if this is one of those ones that can add coloring. I don't think it is, but again, part of why I do this is just to figure it out. I'll actually look at that after I do the basics. So the first thing we do, of course, is nosing. Let's see what we got. This is a Scotch, which I always have mixed feelings about Scotch, it seems. Oh gosh, yes, that is a funk of some sort, or I'm not sure if it's a malt thing. It's kind of reminding me of those malted candy things, just from the smell. Oh, how do I describe this? God dang it. Yeah, this was definitely finished in sherry cask because, as usual, when I have whiskey like that, this is a very strange kind of, I can only call it a funk of sorts. It reminds me of a cellar, and I don't know if that's because of the whiskey or because of the sherry finish, but I've convinced myself it's the sherry finishing that I don't particularly enjoy. But oh well. Let's see, what can I get that I actually like out of this? It's a little sweet smelling, which is nice. Fruit notes of some sort. Exactly what, I'm not sure, because I'm kind of fighting this. The immediate smell I get is that peculiar funk. I've yet to be able to find a good name for it. I've said a number of things. I've said a cellar kind of smell, a mushroom thing. I think I've said a fungus or a foresty, mossy smell. Why I get that? Well, I guess that's all I can relate it to. But the funny thing is, it's familiar. You know, like I said when I started, I've had enough scotches to kind of have an idea when I see the word sherry cask finish. I thought cookies for a second there. I don't know why. Oh, that's bizarre. Scotches are the more interesting whiskey as far as the kind of range they have. From what I've learned over the years and from what others have told me, is that they have a broader range of smells. Like this has fruit notes, mustiness. I'm getting some kind of malted grain thing that I don't quite understand, but that's the smell. Let's go for a taste. Oh, it's actually kind of pleasant. Quick though. I'm getting more malt than funk, which is nice. At least I think it's malt. Burns. This is 40%. I'm making an assumption. Rich spiced dried fruits right on the front. Whoops. You're gonna make me open this again to look at the bottle. God dang it. And again, I do the just take a sip and see what happens kind of thing. I don't want to analyze it yet. 43%. Okay. I think that's the. I think it's 43, but I know there's a 40 something where you don't need a chill filter. Chocolate. I got chocolate there for a second, like a chocolate chip cookie thing. But always when I'm not really focusing, that I find that something just jumps out at me. It's very light, honestly. I don't want to say it's watery because it's definitely clingy. It's dry. That's interesting. It's giving me that feeling I get when I drink wines that are dry. Kind of takes away the saliva. A little bit of spice. It's not blowing my mind though, which, you know, I had a feeling from what I remember the last time I had it, it wasn't anything super special to me, even though it is the Macallan brand. And I remembered I didn't like the smell particularly because of the sherry finish. So that's on me. If you dig sherry, you will like this probably. But if you get that weird funk, like I do every time, might not be your favorite. Yeah, it also might just be me. As I've said in many of my videos, I have mental health problems. It actually interferes with how I experience things. Smells, tastes, even colors. It affects how bright things are. Um, it affects your happiness, basically, unfortunately. All your experiences are muted in some way. That's how I feel it is. And it sucks, but it does seem to make this more difficult because I can't pick out any nuances, even if I wanted to. Or no, not even that one. I can, but it takes time. It's complicated, and I have to do it over and over again, probably. And I like to make these videos fairly short. So. Yeah, it's funny. This is the type of scotch I would give to people. Not exactly as an introduction, but it's interesting enough. And it's not peated, so it can definitely show that side of scotch that is not always understood by people who think scotch, and then they think, you know, the peated stuff, which is not always the best thing to start with. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I'm wondering if my dad would like this one. I haven't given him it yet. He will get a sample of this at some point. Now do the thing where I get to learn more. The difference is this time I'm going to read it off the back first. Whiskey maker's notes. These are the official notes. Rich gold color. Honestly, it looks, yeah, I guess I'd say amber orangish. It's almost the color of bourbon, which is different. Um, Aroma complex with hints of vanilla, dried fruits, and ginger. Ginger, I would have never gotten. Palate smooth, medium balanced with fruit, oak, and spice. Finish long with sweet dried fruit, oak, and spice. They said the same thing 3 different times almost. But whatever. Again, this is something that's more of a name, it seems. I haven't had enough Macallans, I don't think, mostly because of the price. The one thing about my whiskey adventure specifically is that I'm going for what I can afford, and I cannot afford much. Okay, so my app, which is the Whizzky App, whizzky.net, and I can use my phone as well. Nose profile, vanilla, honey, Oloroso, raisins, sherried oak. I mean, maybe that funk is just a sherry thing. I should really look into what sherry smells like to me. Flavor profile, oak, honey, sherry, dried fruit, and the finish is sweet oak, ginger, old wood, sherried, and dried fruit with vanilla. So I don't get vanilla off Scotch very often. I think I equate that more to bourbons, or at least a caramel or sweetness from that. Now I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the smells. Hold on, here we go. I can almost get honey as a sweetness. Raisins are oak. No. Either way, it's not bad. But I feel that I lean in a certain direction when it comes to Scotch. I don't think sherry is it. But I am happy to have this bottle because it is one I can use to introduce Scotch to people other than Delmore or what else? What else do I have? Hold on. Oh, like if I had a Johnny Walker Black or something like that. That would be a slight introduction to me. All in all, interesting bottle. I will enjoy it quietly at home because we're still in 2020 and it's still Bulkers. But I have plenty of whiskey for my liking. Until next time, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome and such.